going on YouTube? My name's Dan, and this is the first episode to my channel. Super exciting to be bringing this sort of content to you guys. I feel like my situation is a little bit unique to others. I'm doing a master's in physiotherapy, working part-time, up pretty early, going to uni, training in the middle of the uni classes, coming back, helping the little one get to bed, do dinner, sort myself out, study, go to bed, wake up, do it all again. I've done a half Ironman before, did a T100 3 months ago, and I'm currently about to do a HYROX tomorrow. Got a pairs workout with one of my partners, Brooke, and then I've got an individual workout on Friday as well. So hoping to put in a pretty good performance for that as well. So as I mentioned, tomorrow I've got HYROX pairs, 5 in the afternoon, late race. And we're hoping to get a pretty solid time. Looking to try get under that 58-minute mark. See how we go. Feeling pretty fit. Got a fair bit going on at the moment. Got 1 or 2 little niggles that I'm playing around with, which is one of the perks of getting a little bit older. We're going to put it in, see what we can do, and then try back it up on the Friday with individual. So my background, I sort of started doing strength and conditioning work back in 2013, 14. So I've been doing this sort of stuff for a while now. And back then when we did strength and conditioning training, it was literally just all around like lifting really heavy weights and doing conditioning as well. And I guess what you would call hybrid training now. And really like, it's just strength and conditioning work, but apparently it has to be called hybrid. So that's the sort of training that we do. We work really hard, and I had a good bunch of mates that would sort of push us a lot. And with that sort of training, sort of automatically gravitated toward this thing called CrossFit, which everyone's sort of aware of. And I managed to like get myself pretty far in that. I was never like that sort of X Factor athlete. I didn't have what was needed to actually go that little bit further. I would have loved to make as an individual athlete, but handstand push-ups, my arch nemesis. And they were always sort of like the downfall of my career. But either way, I sort of didn't have what it took to sort of make it that far. Did make it to semi-finals for teams in 2024, which is really cool. And then I sort of did get plagued by a few injuries. I've had a pretty bad back for a while and sort of working through that, and I'm really grateful for this Master's of Physiotherapy degree that's really helped me sort of come through with it a little bit more, and give me the knowledge to sort of like help people out, especially with my one-on-one training and sort of helping people get back to achieving what they want and really trying to motivate them that like these little injuries and stuff that you come across, there are ways around them, like it's not forever. And I'm a really big believer that you can sort of find these things out if you're willing to give it the time and the patience for these injuries to go away, as well as the education and physical activity it needs to actually push that extra little bit. But from there, I sort of got into my triathlon era because of my back injury initially. I came from a background where I literally just surfed. That was my swimming background. I wasn't much of a swimmer. And over time, just practice. And the thing with swimming is like, no one tells you got to learn to float. Like you can't just jump in a pool and expect to start swimming, right? Like until you learn to float, it's like running with a weight vest on. Like you just drag yourself around the whole time. And I sort of made it a big factor of mine to sort of teach myself to float. And then I ended up improving my swimming time by like 25, 30 seconds per 100 meter splits. And yeah, I feel like I put up a video on Instagram about it and it got a lot of traction and got a lot of attention, and that's sort of what started my journey with like helping others out through social media. So from there, got into my biking. I've always been a pretty strong biker. Obviously, haven't been good at bringing the money to afford the bikes, but we sort of get there. Got myself a TT bike, completed my first half Ironman, and from there I ended up doing a T100 about 3 months ago. And that brings me to now. So in 3 months' time, there will be the Noosa Triathlon, which is meant to be one of the most beautiful in the world. Olympic distance, so nothing too strenuous. 1.5 kilometer swim into 40k run, 10 kilometer bike. For those who are new to triathlons, this is a really good one to sort of work towards. I'm a really big fan of the sort of training time that you need for this, especially when you're trying to accommodate other things. So really excited to sort of help you guys through. And I'm going to take you guys along the journey on how I sort of program it, how I periodize it, how I recover, the sessions I'm looking at hitting per week as well. And this is my gorgeous partner.
With a big pimple.
With a big pimple. It's not even that big.
Baby hairs growing everywhere.
And baby hairs growing everywhere. And here's the most gorgeous boy in the world. Aren't you naughty boy, sleeping on the bed when you're not meant to? Naughty boy. Paw. Good boy. What are we cooking, Beth?
spaghetti bolognese from Bologna.
From Bologna. This is what happens when you find Instagram recipes that actually taste as good. Highly recommend spaghetti bolognese, OG meal.
With no garlic, no onion.
No garlic, no onion, no mushrooms, but celery.
Red wine, mi raccomando, mix.
Real tip, don't be scared to use red wine.
Like it has
Oh,
different
little
parts, so it
test.
actually pushes it into the house.
Bologna. If you want to make sure you're hitting PB times, spaghetti bolognese every single time before race day. That is the major key. Don't worry about creatine. Don't worry about fucking citrulline, all that stuff. Spaghetti bolognese and a good night's sleep. Heard it here first. And the end result. Say, buon appetito. Currently en route, HYROX Sydney pairs session today. Feeling pumped, nice weather, body's feeling pretty good. Brooklyn slept well last night, looking likely to do something strong. Hoping to get like sub 60, we'll see how we go. It is one of the nicest afternoons I think we've had all winter, so super pumped to see what we can sort of bring today. Body's feeling great. Let's go. Race one in the books. Tough run. Sydney is a longer rock zone than you would have thought. All in all, it felt really good. I was pretty nervous going into it, not gonna lie. You always get those sort of jitters as you're getting close to your race day. It's such a good feeling, like, fuck, it's what brings me back. Wanting to do these comps every single year, just finding something else to do. Overall, we did awesome. We ran the runs we wanted, which were like sub 4, so 3:56, 3:57, I think was our average run. Super happy with that sort of performance. The ski we smashed, we sort of did real quick efforts there, 30 seconds each. To be honest, I don't know why more people don't just do sort of time-based efforts with the ski erg. Like a lot of people sort of do like meterages, but I think it's pretty important to remember like who's going to finish your meterages first, right? So what's the point of someone doing 250 each if someone weighs 30 kilos more than the other person, right? They're just going to be working more. So we did 30 seconds each. We got off the ski, I think we were maybe 6 on that. We got onto the sled push, we moved that pretty quick. A lot of people struggle on that sled push. We moved it pretty well. Sled pull, arms only. I think that's a sort of benefit of having that strength background. Don't waste the legs. If you can pull it with your arms, pull it with your arms. So it was actually quite nice to do the run with the arms feeling a little bit sore for once rather than the legs. So pretty stoked with that. After the sled push, made our way to the pull. After that sled pull, we made our way to the burpee broad jumps. So it was kind of nice. You sort of catch your breath a little bit on those burpee broad jumps, which is cool. Someone like me, 90 kilos. I think I'm probably just sub 90 at the moment, the lightest I've been in a while. Just sort of sets of 6, sets of 7. Brooke took the sort of brunt in that one to start off with. Let me get my breath back a little bit, but it moved really nicely. After that, obviously got into the rower. That's like the sort of break. Like if you can just hold on, get to that rower, you're looking at 45 to a minute of work anyway. I smacked out 500. Brooke held on for 300, and then I finished on the 2. So our row was another strong effort of ours, and we just sort of held on for the farmer's carry. Probably could have gone a little bit quicker. I don't know why the farmer's carry always rattles me. It's not my grip goes. It's like, just fucked, hey, the lungs, everything sort of hits me there. So the run after that, we slowed down a little bit, got to the lunges, we pumped through the lunges, and that last run takes you like 5 minutes to do. Like it's a long way round for that run. Coming into those wall balls, they just feel so rough that first set, but like you just got to hold on, push through it. It does get easier after that. Like that's probably the hardest part of the race, is that first set of wall balls coming in. Get your punter to rest, they hit a big set, and you're looking at 2 efforts, maybe one person does 2, the other does 1, like, and then you bring it home. So we managed to finish in 59.39, which we're pretty happy with. 6th place at the moment. So super proud of that. Didn't really have a long lead in. As I said, a few injuries along the way, zero excuses. But again, like, there's no reason why you can't train for these sort of there's no reason why you can't train for these competitions. Like, if you can just devote the right amount of time a day, like 45 hour 15 if you have it, like, you've just got to divide up your week. That's all it is. Like, you can do it if you really put your mind to it, and it's like, it comes down to how much you're willing to change at the end of the day, what you're willing to put in, the sort of time, and you have your friends, your family who are going to support you along the way. Have a good training partner, that always helps. But it's another comp ticked off. I don't know whether I'll be doing another HYROX this year. I'll see how the body holds up. I'm getting old. Tomorrow, individual race. Legs are feeling good. Get home, straight into an ice bath. Get that cold water in there, sort of get those legs freezing, get the legs out, straight into hot water, get that blood pumping around, ton of protein, ton of carbs, ton of hydration, and then we're back tomorrow. Fire up.
Okay, race 2 today. Body's a little bit sore, nothing I'm not used to, but it's a beautiful afternoon again. Country music's playing in the car. Lissy in the background as well. We've got our consistency health, main car discussion. Red onion scrapers for tongues, does it work?
Red onion scrapers.
Red onion scrapers, is that what it is? Tongue scrapers?
Scraper.
Okay, tongue scraper when you had red onion.
Moral of the story is use a tongue scraper if you're going to eat red onion. But
Use
don't
it, yeah.
eat red onion if your friends with Dan.
Wait, yeah, but it didn't work because we can still smell it. Okay, so moral of the story is if you brush your teeth and use the tongue scraper and you've had red onion, it still doesn't work.
Let's talk about HYROX.
Okay, back to HYROX.
I'm talking this.
No, all in all, it's a beautiful afternoon. There's not too many people actually racing the men's pro division, which I was kind of interested to see why there wasn't. So I think there's only like 600 guys, but again, like, it's pro, so I'm guessing these guys are like pretty good at what they do. So going in with pretty low expectations. I don't really know what sort of time I'll be at.
We all want to know, what is the time?
What is the time? I've done a HYROX sim, and then that was sort of based off a 106 that I got there. Taking into account rock zone, I think I'll be sitting hopefully somewhere around 108, 109. So we'll see how that goes. I have a few strategies in mind, but like, with it being first time hitting it, like, you're just punching the dark. Like, I'm really not too sure how I'm going to be feeling, and yeah.
So we're going to speak about your stack last night.
My stack, what I ate. Oh, my stack. This is going out to everyone on YouTube. There is a line on the ground when you're doing HYROX, and it is, if you're going quicker than 4 kilometers an hour running, then you're allowed to go in that area. It literally shows on ground. If you are plodding along, having a conversation, please don't go in that left lane. If you want to have your conversation, please stay to the right. It's not because we're being dicks, it's literally because, like, we're running a race, but B, like, it is kind of dangerous, and especially when you have me, 93 kilos, coming through sloppy as anything on my last lap, and I can't really talk very loud. Long story short, I tripped over and face planted on our team run yesterday. I was yelling as nicely as I could. I was like, move left, move, I'm on your left, I'm on your left, on your left. And then, like, last minute, looks behind me and I trip over her ankles. My partner goes over me. And the funniest part is I'm like sliding on my chest because it's a really chalky floor. And at the same time, I'm like, I told you to move over. And she's like, I'm so sorry. But it's all good. I was like, it's okay. I was like, just please move over. But like, the whole race, you're like fighting people in that left lane. But it makes it kind of fun. So we'll see how the race goes today. I'm really excited, really keen to get that first solo time pitched in. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there.
All right, we're on, we're here. HYROX day 2. Got to mention as well, talk about my inter-race nutrition. So personally, I can get down 100 gram gel, no problem. Carbohydrates always come in handy when you are fueling during your race. If you are doing anything over that 45 minutes to an hour, I think you should really be thinking about supplementing something, especially if you're a lot bigger of a person like myself. Again, Liz is someone you should definitely be talking to about this sort of stuff as well. Liz, what do you reckon to carbohydrates in the session?
In the race, I would say have a gel around the rower. If you're going to be less than 60 minutes, you don't need intra-fuel. But if you're going to take longer than an hour, I'd suggest having it around the 30-minute mark. Like a gel or like snakes, like snake lollies or real snakes. Any just like carb-only gel. You probably don't need a caffeine gel, so I'd probably not worry about that. But yeah, one gel's probably fine. You can have 2 at your weight if you want. But one gel's good.
You heard it here first. I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, fired up. Day 2, let's go.
HYROX Indi, and I got DQ'd. So, put the handles up, stepped off the platform with 2 meters to go. As soon as you put the handles off, you step off the platform. If it's not 1 full kilometer DQ, so.
But did it tick over?
Of course it ticked over, but because I stepped off with 9:98, whilst it was ticking over, you get straight DQ'd. Not even a time penalty for some reason, but hey, it is what it is, rules are rules. But I kept going and managed to get to the rower, and then they're like, hey dude, your night's over. So from the rule perspective, like, obviously they're there for a reason, like there's not much you can do about it, right? Like, do I think it's a stupid rule? Yeah. Like I get.
Will you be back next year?
Will I be back next year? That is a huge question. Do I get my money back? What the fuck? Just half? Yeah, look, it was fun to train for. It was great. Like, yeah, kind of bummed that I only got to do half of it, but like, at the end of the day, as I said, rules are rules, but yeah, I should have just finished the skier properly, huh? But yeah, I'll be back next year.
Good morning, YouTube. It is now Sunday morning, so 2 days post HYROX event. So all done now. Body's feeling pretty good. Everything's recovering up pretty well. Still trying to think about how I feel about what happened on Friday. Again, pretty content with the decision. Still not a huge fan of the ruling. Still got like a lot of questions around it. But at the end of the day, as I said, it is what it is. We've got Brooklyn crawling around. Everything's back to normal nowadays. We've got little man. Hey, say hi. So next week, be getting into Noosa Tri training. Super pumped. I'm really excited to be getting back in the pool. I never thought I'd say that. Next week, we'll be going through a few tests. So we'll be going through a run, bike, and swim test, all with the hopes of finding some baseline values to work off, which will help prescribe and periodize my training. Really excited for it. We'll see how we go. I'll bring you guys in the next video along the journey. Again, going through a swim workout, which will be our critical swim speed. We'll be assessing our bike FTP, so functional threshold power, which sucks, as well as a 30-minute max run test as well, looking at seeing what my average pace is there. But thanks again. Remember to like and subscribe down below. Really appreciate you guys watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it.